got furniture waxed downstairs. See, you get some of that food in here, huh?
Okay, here I am going up into the war room to see my dad, the collector. There's the Elmer Stennis. He was a maniac. He murdered his wife. And he went to prison for many years for that. Was a great carpenter and clocksmaker. And we're going to surprise my dad and see if he's up for a little video. Alright, what are we doing here today?
Leaving feedback.
Okay, we're doing another snapshot here of Bernard J. Edwards. Clock man, postcard man, all around expert on antiques. And what is the feedback today on the eBay?
100%.
100%. And what is hot on eBay right now?
Right now, postcards from Russia.
What type of postcards in Russia? What period?
Famous artists. Elizabeth Bem, Billman, Polanco.
Now let me ask you this, Elizabeth Bem, what was her history?
She was a famous silhouette artist in the 1870s, and then she became a postcard artist featuring silhouettes at the turn of the century. And then she did children after 1905.
Now, why was postcards, why are they art? I mean, were they originally intended for art, or they were just such high quality?
They were intended for messages originally, and then later they enhanced them by putting art on the front of the cards.
Wow. And who's your personal favorite postcard artist?
Information agency. I like them all, but Harrison Fisher is my favorite glamour artist.
And he's American.
He's an American.
Early 20th century.
He's turn of the 20th century.
Now, would somebody if somebody had Harrison Fisher postcards, they would be in an attic somewhere because he was American, right?
Right.
I mean, it's very likely that somebody could have those
Certainly.
and not know what they are.
Right.
All right, now let's do this because I have not done this before. Pick a postcard and tell me what you look for in a postcard. Well, how do you know the quality? How do you know its value? How do you know, what makes one rarer than the other? So let me get a postcard.
Right down here, take all those. Those are all the catalogs.
All right, so that's research.
That's all research.
I'm going to do another panorama.
Catalogs up here, research.
My fellow governors.
These are all originals up here, all original cards.
Let me tell you why I believe that Governor Schwarzenegger...
Do you have any cards available right now that are handy so I can show the viewers at home?
Sure. And if he's wrong, every other state's going to recruit
Harrison Fisher.
Let's take a look at him, because I haven't actually... I don't actually have any postcards on video. All right, let me get... Oh, good. All right, so I can get a close-up here of these. So these are girls?
These are Harrison Fisher girls.
And what exact... These are originals. These are not photocopies.
These are all originals.
And you have written a book on Harrison Fisher?
Yes. Harrison Fisher manuscript right there.
Okay.
These are the Harrison Fisher books right there.
Okay. Now let me ask you this. How do you know who's the rarest postcard artist that you know, or that is? Mucha. And you got Mucha, I take it.
Yeah, I have him there in this album.
And he or she? He's right.
Alphonse Mucha, Czechoslovakian, the rarest card in history.
All right, here's my mother. We're doing an interview on postcard art.
No, I didn't
Do you have,
care.
quick, just a 5-second opinion on postcards.
I love postcards. They're the best thing in the world. Now it's the best way
Now,
to communicate.
just real quickly, when's the last time somebody sent you a postcard?
Oh, probably in 1982.
Okay, so it's because of the internet we don't see many postcards.
No, not now, but I need to get copies.
Okay, I don't have...
Baby.
I can't actually edit, so can I get back to the interview? And there is our new addition to the family, Eve Edwards, E.E. for short, and Vivian Eden Edwards. Oh, that's pretty. All right, because I'm going to run out of video here real quick. Last question for our snapshot look at a postcard master in his at work in his domain. And there's our Professor Brother Slink. How did you get that screensaver? Did he say that, send that to you?
Where is that idea?
Yeah, I had it set
From
up.
the big
Yeah, I guess
government
can't
that we
take my eyes off our adorable family. Okay, last question. If you could only have, you know, one postcard that you've ever collected, you know, what would it be? What's the prize of your collection?
I have a Mocha 1 of 4 of Sarah Bernhardt from the turn of the century.
Sarah, the actress, Sarah. Sarah Bernhardt.
Done by him, and there's only 4 known
In the whole world.
in the whole world.
And is that something that you would sell, or is that something you would keep, or?
Well, it'll eventually go because I'm going to be eventually gone.
Yeah, I hear that. And what would something like that be worth?
That's in $3,000 to $5,000.
Wow. So how many postcards do you actually have?
30,000.
30,000. Now let me ask you this, I thought of another question. Of all the collections you've ever had, stamps, coins, clocks, advertising signs, Tiffany, and the list goes on, what is your favorite collection?
Well, of course, it's the advertising clocks.
Advertising clocks is still the passion. So what is
That
it?
was my first large collection.
That was your first one. And tell us one time, I know the story, but for our viewers, what was your first clock?
First clock was E. Howard number 89 railroad clock that I got for free, and I paid a man $1 to put it in my truck, and then I found out it was worth $6,000.
And it's still in the basement, right?
Still in the basement, my number 1 clock.
And how much is that worth on today's market?
It's $6,000 to $10,000.
And that was in where in Chicago?
That was at the Pennsylvania Station on Polk Street and Canal.
And that's no longer there.
It's no longer there. It's been taken down.
And what were you doing down there?
Worked for the Railway Express, putting the signs on the side of the trucks, and that was one of their terminals.
And now, when you found that clock, were you already a collector, or did that inspire you
No,
to?
I was an antiquer, and that inspired me to collect clocks.
So what was like your first antique ever then?
They do create a good.
What was the first thing you said, now I gotta have a collection?
Well, one of the first things is when Frankie Frisch, the famous baseball player, gave me a Babe Ruth game.
Oh, okay, right.
And I still have that Babe Ruth game from early 1950s or 40s. And then my wristwatches from the same period, 1949, with comic figures on. I had a nice collection of those.
Wow. Well, that is fantastic. Well, here we are in Northbrook, Illinois, in 2008. A brief snapshot for our documentary. A look at the mind of one of the finest collectors in the world, Bernard J. Edwards. Say goodbye to our fans.
Goodbye.
All right, we'll do it again later.
Okay.
Good enough.